Hello everyone, and welcome back to Warframe. The name is Dova, and I'm just going to go over my collection of the primary weapons. And well, I'm feeling a little bit spicy, so why don't we do my top 5? Starting off at number 5, the Bratton Fandal. Bratton Fandal being a full automatic rifle based on the first ever automatic rifle that most people use. We're just going to check out the build here. I've got the galvanized mods, galvanized chamber, aptitude. Got a little bit of the dual stat mods with malignant force rhyme rounds, hammer shot for the extra status, thermite rounds as well for heat. You know, vigilante armaments just for a little bit extra. Critical delay slows down the fire rate, but you know, not bad. You know, good crit. Well, not the best crit, not the best status, but I won't lie, this weapon isn't, you know, steel path ready. But if you don't have those mods, I'm just going to quickly show you, you know, if you've picked up, you know, some standard damage mods, multi-shot mods, that sort of thing, you know. I'm just having a look at, you know, what maybe a lot of players have, either if they're somewhat new to the game or not. If you've done a couple of nightmare missions, I'm just having a look through the mods that I have. I have a lot. I have played this game a lot, but you know, I'm just for the sake of argument, you know, putting on hammer shot there for the critical damage plus more stats chance. I'm just having a look, thinking, you know, what most folk would have. You know, I'm thinking, you know, critical delay. Nah, you know what? More folk's gonna have point strike. You know, just the standard critical chance mod, just to see the numbers here, right? That's my line of thinking. You know, this weapon, in my opinion, is quite versatile. However, it's not, in my build anyway, is not steel path ready. You know, I'm not one of those uber builds characters. You know, I play for what feels good. You know, you could put a little bit of fast hands on there for extra reload speed. You know, again, the dual stat mods, I might make a video on them later on. But you know, mixing toxin and cold, you get viral, you get magnetic there with the electric and cold with a little bit of heat. I would say that's quite a good build there for, you know, maybe the corpus. You know, change that there to radiation. In fact, sorry, I apologise. That's magnetic and heat. So again, good for corpus. You know, deal health damage, deal armor damage, destroy their shields. Magnetic is amazing for corpus. Their shields are very tanky, especially in the steel path. But for the normal path playthrough, and I would say arbitrations and even some sorties, I would say this weapon, as it sits, is pretty nifty. You know, I'm just having a look. You know, some of these vigilante mods, which, if I remember correctly, you get from Cetus, Plains of Eidolon. And yeah, this is sort of like the build I'd kind of go for if I didn't have any of like the more endgame mods. Now, over here on the Excellus slot, I haven't unlocked it, but if I could, I would put on Vigilante Supplies. It does give that extra increase to the critical. Plus, you know, more ammo means more bullets all the time. Now, to get the Bratton Vandal's blueprint and parts, the receiver, stock and barrel, you're going to have to do some Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. And they drop from, I believe, mostly Rotation C, which is like 8 waves in total. So good luck with that. But yeah, in my opinion, quite versatile. This is not Steel Path, this is just the regular mission. I believe Oxo Moko from the Void, I believe. But yeah, you know, it's an all-purpose. It's just take the Bratton, make it slightly better. I would still prefer the Bratton Prime over the Bratton Vandal. However, just the visuals of it, plus, you know, the little lotus emblem, it scratches a little cosmetics happy center of my brain. But yeah, that's it. I really like the Bratton Vandal. If you want it, go try out some Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Try pick it up yourself. Now for number 4, we have one of my dear darling weapons, the Boar Prime, a fully automatic shotgun. Such a unique way of reloading. I do have a Riven mod for this. Extra multi-shot, less recoil, it doesn't really need it, plus status chance. Galvanized Savvy, you know, just there for the extra status chance and tactical pump, vigilante armaments, more multi-shot, easy reload. I've got vigilante supplies on this, with chilling reload for more reload speed, some Shell Shock for the electricity and status chance, Toxic Barrage for Toxin and status chance, as well as critical deceleration. Slows down that fire rate, which, you know, I don't mind, you know. I would like to get a better, you know, rev and modity at some point. I don't really worry about it, but, you know, it's got some corrosive, great for armor. Cold, great for proccing more critical damage, as well as slowing enemies down. Really helpful because my aim is terrible. I am a console player, obviously. But I'm just going to make, you know, again, like the Bratton, I'm just going to make, you know, another kind of build here. There's extra multi-shot, but I thought, take that off. No, a lot of people are going to have that. Here's just the normal. You get more, you know, up front, more damage there. I'm just looking, you know, through. It's like, right, I've already formatted this a few times, so I'm just looking like, oh, damn, oh, there we go. Normal shotgun savvy for the extra status. Why not? Throw it in there. It's the only thing that will fit. You know, this is for players, you know, you're playing through the game. Eventually, you're going to pick up a shotgun savvy, so, you know, why not? I'm looking at the Vigilante mods. Again, you get those from Cetus, Plains of Eidolon bounties, you know. I'm putting on Vigilante Fervor there, and armaments for, again, extra multi-shot, a little bit more fire rate. Now, the Atomic Fallout is from the Deviri Paradox. There's, you know, radiation plus, I believe that one is either reload speed or magazine size. You know, Frigid Blast there for the cold and status, and Toxic Barrage for, you know, now we have viral, some corrosive. You know, it's nice, it's comfy, it's not corrosive, that's radiation, I can't read, sorry. But you put that, you know, Shell Shock in there, now you've got, you know, you've got some toxin damage, health damage right there, magnetic, instantly just destroys so many shields. It's really versatile, you know, just mix and match whatever you want. If you don't want to use point blank, or prime point blank, like I'm using, throw on one of the mods, you know, one of the Banes, one of the faction mods. They do more damage to said mod, not mod, sorry, to said faction over, you know. But yeah, I'm just showing you there that I would put on, you know, Vigilante supplies if I had the space. Now, there's my Revan, I keep that on. It's extra multi-shot, extra status, why not? Just, this weapon is a status beast. It really is, in my opinion. So yeah, let's just check this out in, you know, in action. We're now in the Kuva Fortress here, you know, just, again, this is just, you know, normal path, you know, this is just the normal star chart, you know, and again, it's a shotgun, you want to get closer. I don't know why I'm half a mile away trying to blow up this turret. Get close. It does shoot slower because I do have critical deceleration. This could shoot faster, but, you know, I wanted to shoot a little bit slower. You know, originally my favourite shotgun was the Sobek. It didn't catch up in terms of damage, but oh, I really enjoyed the Red Veil attacking me here. I was one of the Red Veil fans until I grew up and was no longer an edgelord. That just made such quick work. Well, these enemies are only like, you know, between level 30 and 40. It's nothing major, but yeah, that's the Boar Prime. I really like it. Great prime weapon. Speaking of primes, we're going to get into number 3, the Gotva Prime. Now, the only way that I know of getting this weapon is if you can travel back in time and watch the 2023 TennoCon. This dropped as a Twitch drop during the Twitch livestream. But, you know, we're going to get back into the build right now. You know, I've got the galvanized mods. You get these through arbitration. And these mods are almost vital for most builds. I have the 100 munitions for whenever there's a critical. There's also another chance to get a slash proc because this weapon doesn't have any innate slash. You cannot add slash via mods, so you're kind of out of luck there. I've just got viral and electricity because I really like stunning enemies with electricity, and viral, you know, just increases health damage, which is great for slash. But here's just another build using mods that everyone can pick up, you know, that are just in the game. They just eat, well, I mean, all mods are in the game, but like, these are just really quick mods, and I'm just going to show you here, putting on that slash, did not add any slash, you know, so it didn't add, so there's no point in that mod. So that's why 100 munitions was on the previous build. Now, I could put Infected Clip here, Toxin, great for health damage, you know, it bypasses shields, so it's honestly, if you want to bypass the shields and kill Corpus quicker, put on Toxin. Make sure that you can proc for Toxin. Now, the unique trait of the Gotfa Prime is the more status, the higher chance you're just going to do a random 300% critical hit, which is really good, especially if you can build for extra critical damage, because all that critical chance, like putting Vital Sense on just now, is going to do amazing work in the long run. You know, you could also put on more status chance. Like I said, the more status chance, the more status procs that are going to happen, the better chance there is of you gaining that 300% critical hit. So, you got this weapon and you're thinking, why in the world am I constantly doing red crit numbers? That's the reason why. I love the fact that DE has added the unique traits to the weapons now, so you can see exactly what is unique and pretty impressive about the weapons, you know, what truly makes them stand out from the rest. So yeah, this is just a build, you know, that I think, but this is my main one. Let's just get into the gameplay then. Now I'm just sitting here in Eris, you know, just shooting some infested with my main build, and as you can see, you're going to tear through a lot. This weapon is fully automatic, and as you can see, it does so many red crits, a lot of yellow crits as well. It's got good critical chance if you build for it, but just having that off chance of having red crits is, honestly, it feels so fun, it feels good, it feels punchy. Like, if I had to pick one assault rifle to put onto this list, it would have been the Gotva Prime. I really like, you know, the Bratton Fandal for feeling fancy and a little nostalgic for the simpler times of Warframe, let's say, before all the crazy endgame stuff that I really want to get into and can't because I don't have as much free time as I used to. I'm not complaining, I don't have time anymore, but anyway. Number 2, the Fantasma Prime. Now, I am a Revenant Defender till the day I die, because not only did he give us a very fun frame, and I know, yes, the base frame, his questline ain't fun, it's quite tedious, and then of course, there's the whole, he is easy mode on Steel Path, but he brought us the Fantasma Prime. Honestly, this was a very close time with number 1, but my build so far is this, you know, I've got my Fantasma Satya, extra damage, extra multi-shot, the Galvanized mods, Vigilante Fervor for extra fire rate. This is a beam weapon disguised as a shotgun. It is truly remarkable. Now, I've formatted this a lot, so you're not going to have these polarities, but, you know, again, I'm just going to show a pretty strong, I'd say, version of what a lot of people could have. If you don't have Prime Point Blank, just throw on normal Point Blank. You know, this thing is going to hit like a truck. Like, as you see there, yeah, the damage numbers are going to go down, but that's okay. This weapon is a beam weapon, right? This utilizes the shotgun mods. Obviously, it is a shotgun. You can have a mod, Vicious Spread. It increases damage and it increases the spread. Now, because it's a beam, instead of it just firing straight ahead, it's going to shoot in almost like a V shape, like a cone. It is phenomenal for ad clearing, in my opinion. It is fun. That's just one way of playing it. It has built-in radiation damage. Its secondary fire lobs a ball of energy that'll, if you've used Wisp with her Breach Surge, you know, and it pings off little wisps of energy and darts and hits enemies. That is the same kind of vibe we're going for here. Now, you could put a little bit of crit on, because as a beam weapon, it is going to constantly hit, it is going to constantly give you critical shots. So if you want to build for critical damage, it will do so. It won't do it as good as a critical based weapon, because this is more of a status based weapon. You can do so, but here's a build. Again, you've got radiation already, so put on some viral, put on some magnetic, put on heat, toxin. Play with how you want to fight certain enemies. Corrosive and heat works wonders against the Grenier. Magnetic toxin, magnetic heat, magnetic in general, great against the Corpus. With that built-in radiation, that covers other armor sets as well as ignore gas. Don't play with gas. But here's just some other builds. There's some extra radiation. Why not? There's radiation, corrosive. It's so versatile. It spits out damage like no one's business. If you can find the relics for this, pick it up. This weapon is great for killing enemies. It is going to decimate every kind of enemy that you can find in this game. Does, however, lack in only one area, and that is killing acolytes. I am that level of endgame where I am sometimes fighting acolytes. That's kind of where I am. It's got great status, base, upgrade it with dual stat mods. I'll make a video on them at a later date. Even if you don't want to, just throw in what you can. But let's just see this in some Steel Path gameplay. Now this gameplay that you're watching right now, this footage, this is Steel Path. It is doing crazy numbers. You saw this weapon is not a critical centric weapon, but it is still hitting pretty hard. It's still hitting pretty consistent critical hits. Corpus shields are going bye-bye. Grenier are getting melted with every status under the sun. This weapon is so good. If it is not a boss type enemy, this weapon, take it into Steel Path. Get yourself some ammo mutations. That's the only place where it lacks, is boss fights like the Archons, the Acolytes, and as well as its ammo. You burn through a lot of ammo. It being Revenant's signature weapon though, he does get a little bit more, ammo in the magazine, but in my opinion it just means you're going to run out a lot quicker. But apart from that, so good. Now we have number 1, the Tenet Arca Plasmar. I must admit, to be fair, I have a pretty low heat roll at 34%. I am going to be upgrading that, and I really hope I get a pretty tough one the next time I find a Sister of Parvos. Now, the Tenet weapons, you have to defeat a Sister of Parvos, and whatever weapon they have, you get. So, fingers crossed if you go hunting for those. Now, this is strong. It has got amazing critical chance. It's got amazing status chance. It has built-in radiation. Mine with its heat. Off to a great start. 100 munitions there for the extra slash procs. Galvanized Savvy for the extra direct damage per status effect. Great build. But again, we're going to show off just point blank Hell's Chamber. These are mods that you're going to get quite a fair amount of just playing through the game. Critical deceleration, I believe you get it via nightmare missions. And again, because this weapon is so good at both critical damage and status damage, building this for fighting the Corpus, again, go with like magnetic procs. This thing already has radiation, so if they have armor, it's probably going to decimate that damage. Another feature that I forgot to include with the Arca Plasmar, its bullets travel faster. Sorry, this gun does not shoot bullets, it shoots energy blasts. Energy blasts. It is fucking awesome. These bullets, compared to the original Arca Plasmar, ricochet off walls. If you miss your target somehow, it is going to bounce and quite possibly hit 3 guys behind the target you were hitting. It has built-in punch through. It is phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, at clearing ads, doing a shit ton of damage. This is my go-to weapon for Steel Path. If I'm playing Steel Path, which I am very well aware that I am nowhere near as prepared for Steel Path as I should be, this is the weapon that I take. This is the weapon that has got me through so many tough spots. Acolytes, I have decimated a few. Archons, I am honestly scared of. But what is even scarier is just how much damage this Arca Plasmar can output. It is slow to fire, don't get me wrong, but you know what it's also really good at? Ending the entire existence, wiping out anything that you look at. Yes, I am petty. I teabagged a capture target. This is Steel Path gameplay. I don't know why I have to reiterate that. You guys can already see like the levels. I'm just I'm just in utter awe of how good this weapon turned out. You know, I was a massive fan of the first one when it came out. The Arca series of weapons are very fun. I'm not great with snipers, so the Arca Cisco sniper pistol contraption I wasn't a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of the Nell or the Nell Prime either. They were MR fodder to me personally. But this weapon here is far from MR fodder. This is in constant rotation. No matter who I'm playing, I always try and use my Arca Plasmar. I will be upgrading it, I will be making it more powerful, and I just utterly adore this weapon. That is why it is my number one. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Dova. If you could leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what your guys' favourite weapons are. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear your builds. I'd love to see what your favourite top 5 weapons are. Be it secondaries, primaries, melee, heck, even companions. I want to know. Comment down below. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.